everybody.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, November 6th. It's the first Monday of November. Hopefully you all survived Halloween.
Hopefully you've recovered from the sugar crash coma. There we go. There's
Yes.
what I wanted to say.
So much sugar. We had no trick-or-treaters. Oh well. I went on an adventure with the decorating committee on Halloween Day, though, and it was fun. We went to the wholesale florist. My flowers that I brought home are starting to look a little weathered because they're a week old. We went to the wholesale florist and got some things for Christmas, or for the Advent season. Then we went to the greenhouse that we like to shop with in Elyria, and we were standing in where they have the houseplants and succulents, and the one lady and I were looking around, and I'm standing there looking at something, and she walks off this way, this way behind me, and I hear, one of those animatronic things, something about, I want your candy looks delicious. One of those things. I turn around and I look at it. It is a 6-foot tall Little Shop of Horrors plant. I was rolling on the floor laughing. I was like, that's the best thing. That is the best thing I have seen. I love it. It was fantastic. And then we went out to lunch. That was my adventure. We had a good time.
I'm glad you did. The only thing I've done is cough and work. I'm starting to get better, sort of.
You are starting to get better.
Unfortunately, I'm at the really annoying cleaning the lungs out coughing fit stage.
Well, we're going to have to, I don't know. Anyways. So it is the first Monday of November. The year's chugging on by. It was actually a really nice day. It's like 65, a little breeze. It's getting a little windier now, but it was nice.
Who here's like discombobulated because of daylight savings time?
Raise your hand if you've been personally victimized by time change. I hate time change. Every time I complain about time change, everybody always says it's not like the hours in the day are actually changing. It's the same amount of light. They're just changing when the sun comes up and when the sun goes down. I understand that. I get that. I hate it. I hate changing time. Fully understand that time isn't actually changing. Like, I hate time change.
Would you like to know what my biggest problem was? Waiting an extra hour for lunch. And then I was late to lunch because very busy at work.
Yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it Saturday? It was yesterday. I don't remember if it was yesterday or Saturday. One of the days this weekend. I woke up and I jumped up and I looked. It was Saturday morning. I jumped up and I looked at my clock and I went, oh my God, it's 6:45. Joe's late for... Never mind, it's Saturday. He doesn't go to work. And then this morning, because of time change and the whole changing and when it's light and dark out, I literally thought he was late for work because it was not the time I thought it was. This is why I have been personally victimized by time change.
Yeah, I didn't know it. This is the first time I've actually seen my job during the daylight when I'm pulling in.
Well, there you go.
Sorry, I'm tired.
It's okay. We had kind of a calm week. No, we didn't. No, I didn't. I had a full week.
You were busy one way, I was busy another way.
I was very busy too. Tuesday, in addition to doing our little field trip for Advent stuff, we were talking about planning for Advent. They were training me on Eucharist. They were doing in-house training for Eucharistic minister. Because you got to do the in-house training anyways. Wednesday, we had Needlework Guild. No, we did not set up anything Wednesday. Thursday was insanity. I had a funeral luncheon in the morning, or, early afternoon. Then I had to go over to the church and help set up for All Souls Day service, and then we had D&D Thursday night. Luckily, D&D was at home. And Friday I had to go set up the cornucopia for the Thanksgiving season, and Mom and I went to a luncheon called First Friday Forum. It's a Catholic luncheon here up in Lorain County. They bring different speakers in from the diocese to talk about different things. This time it was the bishop, and he gave us kind of a state of the church address. It was a busy week. So, but I guess I can't really complain. I don't know. I don't know where to go from there. I don't know how to transition into. We're going to talk about. We're going to shout out our viewers.
I was trying to. Never mind.
What?
No, the brain is like half formed in my head, and the words won't come out.
I don't know what to tell you.
No, just this weekend I got some medication to help clean out my chest, and it worked a little too well. Saturday night, I got 4 hours of sleep.
But it was Saturday night, so.
Still,
It's not like
the fact that I was kept up by coughing is not fun.
we didn't do a whole lot on Sunday.
Oh, okay, shouting out commenters.
Let us shout out our commenters.
Hey y'all, what's up? We got Marty.
Morty.
Misspoke. Might be spores. Probably spores. Knowing my luck. Fungi hate me.
Everything's yucky.
Susie Q. Angie. Bridget. Baja. Tracy. Teresa. Tamara.
There you go. And whatever it was that was causing his allergies to flare up is probably gone now because we woke up to snow Wednesday morning. That was not fun. I have a random blank piece of Alright. Whips. Like he's stitched. Hi, cat!
I'm not even going to show you the 5 squares I did on Filamental Dragon's Fire.
I look down and get my stuff, and the cat is like right here next to me. I didn't even see him.
Somebody else who doesn't like time change. You're late with my supper.
Yeah, well, you just want fed all the time. You're a scrounge hound. Okay. Salem, Massachusetts week for Daily 30. Suppose we can start with this. I finished the Halloween pop-up Monday night by finishing Warm Wishes. I already told you my phobias I used for this. I used, what was it? Christmas, the fear of Christmas and the fear of barns.
Yep.
And there is my finish. I changed it slightly. This was supposed to be like there was a light on in it, but really if it's at night, your barn doors are closed, you're not going to see that light. And then I just made the door black because I felt like a black door is more appropriate. Oh, and I used a darker green on the letter because you really couldn't see that light green.
In all honesty,
What?
I thought the door was open and it was dark inside the barn.
Well, yeah, there's that too. So, my finish on Warm Wishes. My week was one of those weeks. Everything got done by hours for the Salem. And it wasn't because I was like, I was struggling, but I had so much going on, and I was doing the hours, so I did the hours. I took the hours option. Victorian Way was my offering for houses. You will see the start photo. I did 357 stitches on this, with the caveat that it was all back stitch. So it's technically double. So, I mean, it was like, it looks fabulous! All that house, I am not done with all the back stitching yet on this side, this house area.
It'll be okay.
So I took the 4-hour option because 357 backstitch was well over 4 hours. And I was just done Tuesday night when I was working on this. So, it's fine. Wednesday, my offering for the prompt patriotic or the cardinal points was sampler book, the F block. Sort of worked covering that up. Pretty sure you can't see it. I didn't write down how many actual stitches I did on this. Again, it was in the 300 something range. However, 4 hours of stitching. It was 4 hours of stitching. I have all of the blue. Look at this. I like have a needle sticking here. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, Victorian Way is done on its kit fabric. The sampler book is done on a piece of, this is a piece of 32 count heirloom. I did all of the blue letters. And then I started the over 1 labels. And I went up here and started the fox because once I got done with 4-sided, staring at the little over 1 letters, my eyes were going cross and my head was going to explode, and that took me a very long time, which is why, again, 300 stitches was 4 hours. I have no idea what's going on in this neighborhood right now.
Somebody,
So,
I think, was looking for them. Or is just trying, yeah, no, looking for them.
okay.
Uh-oh.
Moving along. Get that put away.
Sorry for the coughing.
Get that put away. Gotta flip my page to November. I then took out Fallen Farm by Little House Needleworks. Block 5 and block, no, yes, they're out of order again. I swear I put these away in order and they get out of order when I breathe. Block 5 and block 6. And it doesn't help that on the initial printing of these, block 6 was printed with block 7 in the title. So, I did this for 2 prompts. A prompt, something that has traveled and something with animals on it. It has birds on it. So there's your animals. And I have taken this with me to various stitching things. I did 588 stitches. The first day I worked on it, I only did 300 stitches in my 4 hours because I had to frog half of my border. Because I missed a stitch. It wasn't like that dramatic, it just was a pain in my butt.
No, whenever you say frog, it's...
This is on 32 count heirloom. No, this is dirt road. This is a special dirt road that I dyed. I finished block 5 and started block 6. I did pretty good. That frogging just did not help. I don't know what to tell y'all. I used my free pass for the prompt Something with a Town or a Village. And that completed Salem, Massachusetts week. The Wednesday was the first of the month. So we got the new monthly. The new monthly for the month of November is cornucopia. That's our word to work with.
Isn't that like a gourd fest on a plate?
So it is a horn-shaped basket, and it's got a bunch of stuff falling out of it. Now the funny thing about this is Friday. There she goes.
Do I have to get my shoes on and deal with the crazy person?
I don't know what our neighbor is doing. Anyways, moving along. Now, the funny part about cornucopia, I apologize. Our neighbor is driving really erratically down our street. I don't really...
Third time we've seen them.
Yeah. Friday morning, decorating for putting the Thanksgiving up. We have a cornucopia basket, the horn basket. And we make a nice, lovely setting in front of the altar. Usually, there's one lady who works on it. Recently, she is kind of a work from home person. She sells reclaimed furniture and things at a resale shop. The resale shop she was at in August gave them 30-day notice that they were closing. So she had to sell her stuff off lightning fast, haul what she couldn't sell off out of there. Then she got contacted by someone who was going, they rented out the space to put another similar type of shop in there. They wanted her in there. So Saturday was their first day opening. So Friday she could not come to the church and put the cornucopia together. She has been the one who's done the cornucopia for several years. Last year she helped me immensely with putting the cornucopia together. This year I was on my own.
And you did an amazing job, didn't you?
Well, they say I did an amazing job. Nobody has said it looks bad. So it was just like a little overwhelming.
Would you like to know a universal truth?
What?
People will always be harder and critique their own work a lot more than every other person on the planet, unless you have one of those mothers.
It was a little overwhelming to do it by myself. I did have help. The one lady helped me. The other two ladies were back rearranging some flowers that we had donated to us from the funeral on Thursday. And yes, it does look nice. But I think it's funny that cornucopia was the monthly, and I put together the church cornucopia that's going to be up all month at the church.
ADD.
Yeah, it was kind of ADD, but...
I love you.
I have done 3 of my See, this is the difference in my week and my weekend. I have done 3 of my cornucopia prompts this weekend. I pulled out feathers Saturday morning. Literally Friday night on Zoom, we sat there and we were chatting about what I could possibly use for these different letters. I pulled out feathers. I fit it to the O for the title of feathers, the R for Rosewood Manor, the designer, and P because it's a giant peacock. I believe I now understand why the lady over next door to us was driving erratically down the street. I do believe her child was where her child was not supposed to be.
Well, if you want to make somebody drive like a psychopath,
anyway.
Missing kid.
Yeah. Feathers is stitched on just a white 32 count. It is stitched with the called for sulky threads. I can order you the pattern. I can't order you the sulky threads. And I got my sulkies from Fire Poppies. I don't know where to get them now because Fire Poppies is closed. It's just a pain in the butt for small shops. to carry the sulky threads. If you do order it from me and you want the list of the sulky threads, I can give you the list so you can find them wherever. But this is 964 stitches on O feathers. I finished in here, the little circles in there, and then started working out this side. I got all these little diamonds done. I've got the little black spacing done. I started these hearts. I knew I was not going to get the bird done this weekend, but I got him a heck of a lot closer than I probably expected to. He does have a border around him, so he's nowhere close to being done.
I will say this. I have no idea how to help you right now with the monthly because I couldn't even spell cornucopia if I wanted to.
I have it written down. I don't think I have it written down somewhere. I mean, I have my post. What I tend to do with the monthly. What?
I was going to say, comment below if you can actually spell cornucopia without looking it up.
I sure can. Spell check gives it to me. Anyways.
Spell check.
That was my stitching. That's my stitching for the week. That is what I stitched on.
Nice done. Nicely done.
Thank you. We're going into plans and announcements. So we will talk about the new Daily 30 week, and then I've got a few other plans we'll throw in there. Music week. I'm not used to not stopping. We've been doing the whole stopping between things for so long.
As long as I've been doing it, I think?
Yeah. Well, it has been that long. Okay. This is the 100-200 weeks, so... Sorry, I'm making alterations. I was trying to figure out what my available whips were that fit this the other night. We'll get there. So, something that has rock, so music week. So, the prompt for it, music genre week. That is what I am trying to say. Words are hard right now.
What do you mean right now?
Apparently words are hard.
Period.
Music genres week. So the first genre is rock music. Stitch on something with a rock, stones, an instrument, or loud colors. I had O feathers written down because it's very loud colors. Well, rock music is loud. I'm assuming that's where the loud colors comes from.
No, I just have no idea what the heck a loud color is because colors are quiet. They make no noise. How can they be quiet, loud?
A loud color would be something very bright and vibrant. O feathers was
bright and vibrant.
Bright and vibrant. Loud colors. But I already worked on that, so we're taking that off. So our only option is Beauty and the Beast. So to Stitch's Beauty and the Beast because it does have rock and stones on it. Castle on the bottom is sitting on some rocks. So
I don't know how to classify loud colors, so no, I'm not sure. Okay.
Looking at what I had available.
Oh no, I was actually, I think, never mind, I was going to ask you a question, but never mind.
What?
I'm trying to remember the color palette for Arctic Blast. I don't know if, I don't think
it's not loud colors.
That's why I said I'm just going to shut up because I don't know what loud colors are. Okay?
I wrote down what I had that fit each category. So the only offering I have for that is Beauty and the Beast. For the jazz music section, it was Stitch on something with a woman or symbol. Beauty and the Beast by Soda Stitch has a woman on it because it's got Belle on it. Technically, it's got Mrs. Potts on it too, I think. I am using the past for country music because you have to relate it to the definition of country music.
The frack is the definition of country music? Because if there is one, I haven't heard about. I don't think anybody's followed one. I didn't mean to make you look it up.
I'm gonna look it up. Just give me a second. So, country music is another one of the world's top music genres. Originating in the 1920s, country music has its roots in Western music and American folk. Country music can be defined by its unique vocal styles, combined with steel guitars, mandolins, and mouth organs. That's that thing that goes whoa, whoa. Living on a Prayer. It is not a country music song, but it is the one song I can think of off the top of my head that has a mouth organ. And it's that whoa, whoa, whoa sounding thing.
So it's basically a whoa, whoa kazoo.
Yeah, it's kind of like a kazoo, but it makes it like a woo sound. Okay. Stitch on a whip, you can relate to country music as defined by the previous sentences. I got nothing. Nothing. So I'm using my free pass because I have the free pass. I earned the free pass and I can.
Okay.
And I don't want to brain that hard. I'm already braining hard enough with Myth and Magic being in a new round. Pop is Stitch on a Popular Whip. The Reindeer by Country Cottage Needleworks and Arctic Blast. Thank you. I was going to say...
No, continue talking. I was just...
The Reindeer and Arctic Blast are my two that are that I haven't worked on for this rotation, that I would say were my most popular ones. Then the last one is a whip of choice, and tell us about your favorite music. So I just literally made the list of everything that I had not stitched on this go round. Joe picked Arctic Blast, which I'm glad, because it is the 100-200 stitch count weeks. It's so much easier to have one project fit 2 prompts, because I can get more stitches on it.
Okay, I just know you like me doing that no matter what the prompts are.
Well, yeah, I like Arctic Blast. Well, for the 400 week, it's not as much. The 300 week, I'm either way on it. The 100-200 week, yeah, I need them to 2 into 1. Or, get 2 prompts out of 1. So, as many of you know, so that's the plan for next week. Now, we're not into the to next year's plans yet, but as many of you know, this year I divided my whips into what was closest to a finish, what was farthest from a finish, and what was somewhere in between. My friend Nadine over at Nod's X Stitch is doing a 4-part, I think she just released the last part yesterday. I believe that was part 4. I'm a little behind on, okay, I'm a whole ass month behind on flosstube. Sorry, I'll get there. I'm working on catching up. Just about the time I start getting significant progress on catching up, I have a week like last week where I'm super busy and don't get to work on flosstube. I am working on catching up. But Nadine is going through her whips, showing off her whips, which we will do at the end of the year. But and she's showing them off in groups of 20 because she's talking a lot, and she's doing a lot of talking about the whips and her process with the whips and that sort of stuff. That's kind of just how Nadine does her floss tubes. I love it because you get to get this insight into how she thinks about where she's going with her whips, what she's doing with them. But, well, okay, all that to say, I'm stealing her idea of how she's classifying her whips going forward. She is putting her whips into 3 classifications. Ones that she wants to finish in 2024. Ones that she wants to come as close as possible to finishing in 2024, if not actually finishing them. And ones that she knows are going to be hanging around for another year after 2024. That's not exactly how she did her classifications, but what?
No, finish what you're saying. I was going till you were done. You can finish your sentence. That was me waiting until you were done.
Okay, that's not exactly how she qualifies her classifications, but it's close. It's how I interpreted it, and I'm stealing the idea. So as I go now through the end of the year, I'm going to start making a list of where I want the whip that I'm working on to fall next year, whether I want to see it finished in 2024, significant progress in 2024, or I could care less about progress in 2024. I think that'll be a good class. That'll be a good system for me, and maybe give me some motivation. Now, what were you going to say?
I thought of a name for this list just to be funny.
What?
Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, I'll get it done in 2024. No, I'm not going to get done in 2024. Maybe I might get it done in 2024.
Oh, Feathers is sitting there looking at Oh Feathers, going, man, I didn't think I would get this much done on Oh Feathers this weekend. I'm not as far as I kind of wanted to be on Oh Feathers, but sitting there looking at Oh Feathers this weekend got me thinking to do my classification this way, and got me thinking, well, I can start working on this list now as I'm stitching through things. Just make my life easier, because what I did last year was I pulled everything out of the storage trunk that we keep our stuff in,
and cried.
And went, oh, I have a lot of whips. I have a lot of whips.
She cried.
I'm gonna have more whips.
Okay.
So that's kind of the overall plan for 2024. I will wait until we do our whip parade and plans video at the end of the year to sort of define which project fits into this category and which project doesn't. Last week, after I finished, warm welcome, warm wishes, I sat down and I sat down and I pulled all of the started ornaments out of the one bag and all of the flosses out of the one bag, and I went through everything and I matched up flosses with the started projects with what I had intended the colors to be, because I had changed out a lot of the colors. And I sectioned them out. So everything is in its own separate zip-top bag. Some of them have all of the flosses they need. Some of them I still need to pull a few flosses. Some of them need flosses from one project into that sort of thing. I scrapped 2 of them. One of them, I can't find the pattern. I don't really know what it was. And I'm pretty sure I've already pulled the flosses out of the bag for it, because nothing looks like it matches it. But it's okay. So obviously it's not something that was massively important to me, because I don't remember it. The second one, I don't know if you remember, it was that Christmas tree that was kind of laying sideways, that had this nice beautiful sky background that was a bunch of half stitches. It was very, very, very overly complicated. It was overly complicated for an ornament. I was less than halfway through it, and I did not have the desire to finish it, so I don't have the desire to finish it. Unfortunately, it is right in the middle of the big piece of fabric that I put a bunch of ornaments on, so I'm going to have to stare at it a little bit longer while I finish up the ornaments on that piece of fabric. I have a plan for those, and getting those finished by the end of the year, or as much of them finished by the end of the year as I can. However, I cannot share that with you until next month, because it's part of the Daily 30 December, and I can't tell you about it because it hasn't been released yet, because we don't release stuff early in Daily 30. So when we hit next month, I will explain it all. Yes, dear.
I just had a really good idea. Next year, I'm going to try to set it up so that on Saturday nights after we get back, after we have dinner, I'm going to try to spend time stitching.
Okay. Well, last week you had said you wanted to spend a week 1 night a week stitching.
Yeah, but not until after I'm done Baldur's Gate. But,
Okay.
I want to get that game done. But once I do, then yay, done.
Dun 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 dun. Okay. So last week I also told you I planned on starting this the first weekend of Advent. Y'all, I lied to you. The first weekend of Advent is not Thanksgiving weekend this year. Normally it is. However, Christmas falls on a Monday this year. And Thanksgiving actually falls on one of its earliest possible days. Advent does not start until December 3rd. Because of the way Christmas falls, the fourth week of Advent is legitimately only a handful of hours long.
Oh yeah, I forgot it does that.
I'm not looking forward to that as part of the Art and Environment Committee that has to change all of the decorations after Mass Sunday morning, which is 10 a.m., which means Mass will be done at 11 a.m., and we have until probably about 3 o'clock to turn Advent into Christmas.
Love you.
They are going to have significant amount of things up that prior to fourth weekend of Advent Mass, just practicality wise they have to do that. So, well, all that to say, this will be started on December 3rd. That weekend. Probably that Saturday probably the 2nd because I like to stitch on one thing throughout the weekend, usually because I use it for either the yearly, but I'm done with that, so I use it for the monthly. Even though there won't be a monthly in December. It doesn't matter. I'm starting this December 2nd. Okay. I think that's all the plans. Yes, that's all the plans. I don't have any haul because I didn't bring home anything from Needle Arts Guild. Wednesday, I didn't buy anything. I am going to buy something this week. Probably, hopefully we'll have it for next week. Excuse me. Cottage Garden Samplings announced their new yearly SAL. Their new monthly charts. It is houses. I am going to post something. It is houses. I am going to post the Cottage Garden Samplings thing on the Slovak Farm Instagram page, which will put it on the Slovak Farm Facebook page. Eventually it'll end up in the Slovak Farm Facebook group. But if you would like to get on the list to order those month to month, shoot me a message. I will put you on the list. I already have one person on the list. I already know there's going to be a couple on there that I want. There's a Hobbit hole. They're doing a Hobbit hole. So, that is plans. That is announcements. There is no haul. We have done whips. We are done. Spiel, darling.
Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, dingy bee bobby, the whole YouTube thing. And please have a lovely week.
Have a lovely week. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. We hope you had a good time. And we will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.